At this time, would you join with me as we turn to our second scripture reading, which is found in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 6, verses 11 through 22. And this is found on page 5 of your Pew Bible in the Old Testament. Again, Genesis 6, 11 through 22. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence.
And God saw that the earth was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways on the earth.
And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filling with violence because of them. Now I am going to destroy them along with the earth.
Make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with the edge.
This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits, its width, 50 cubits, and its height, 30 cubits.
Make a roof for the ark, and finish it with a cubit above, and put the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third depths.
For my part, I am going to bring a flood of waters on the earth, to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die.
But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you.
And of every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female.
Of the birds according to their kinds, and of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind. 2 of every kind shall come into you, and to keep them alive.
Also take with you every kind of food that is eaten, and store it up, and it shall serve as food for you and for them.
Noah did this, he did all that God commanded him to do.
Let us pray. Lord, we've heard this story many times. This man who heard from you to build a boat. Which for us it seems like, okay, that's nothing new. But for Noah this was. And it wasn't just a small little dinghy, but a massive piece of construction. He did it, dear Lord. He obeyed, despite evidence to the contrary. Here was a man who lived by faith, trusted in you and what you said. Help us to follow in his footsteps of faith. In Christ's name, amen. How many of you have ever felt that God was just asking way too much from you? Maybe not God, maybe his people or his church. Does that church really know what it's asking of me? You probably all felt it this past month, and specifically this morning, when we're talking about stewardship and helping to plan the budget for 2019. To be honest, budgets are not always light, but they are necessary. They keep any organization running smoothly and in the black. This is even truer for the church, as it seeks to use what God has given it and to run it efficiently, effectively, and righteously. While I'm stating this, you may be agreeing with me that this is the truth, that the budget is necessary. You will not deny the fact, yet you struggle on the inside. This is because you know that you are part of this equation to make this work. God has called you to assist in this endeavor, and you are uncertain if you have the money, the time, talent, all that either God or we are asking. I understand where you're coming from and I sympathize. Yet in my sympathize, I want to help you to look beyond. To do that, we're going to look at what God had called one man and his family to do and learn from him. I hope that through our time with this man of God today, that we will find that when God calls us, we should be able to willfully and cheerfully volunteer for the task. We've all probably figured out who we're talking about this morning. The man of the hour is Noah. Noah was called by God to do a very special task. The world since the time of Adam had completely turned from God. Humanity now only sought after evil. Since people had turned from God, God chose to wipe the slate clean. He was going to wipe the world of all life. All human life would cease to be, except one. Except one man and his family. Noah. And one verse of chapter 6, which I love, we didn't read this morning, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 8. Why? Because Noah sought after God. God therefore wanted to spare Noah and his family and all the land animals. Yet, in this promise to spare, both parties would have a part to play. God came and told Noah his plan to destroy all life through this world event, this flood. God had his part. He was going to bring the rain. He was going to do the destruction. Yes, he loved Noah and wanted to save him. But this wasn't a one-way promise. Noah, if you want to see this promise fulfilled, you've got to do your part as well. I'm going to tell you a flood is coming, and I'm going to tell you what to do in order to save yourself. But you've got to listen, and you've got to follow through. You're going to build a boat. A massive boat. For you, your family, and at least 2 of every animal. The clean animals, we will learn later, there were 7. But at least 2. Of course, we're not talking about the fish and stuff. We're going to find blue one. 2 of every animal for an undesignated amount of time, not knowing even when the flood's going to come, but start building a boat. God was going to bring the water, Noah, the boat. Now, if this was me, I would have one excuse after the other not to do. And we're going to look at some of those because we might offer some of these excuses when God called us. Thing is, Noah, at least from what we read in Genesis, didn't really offer an excuse. He just did. The first excuse, though, I'd like to think is age. We're too young. We're too old. No. What we do know, we don't know exactly how old Noah was when God spoke to him, but we do know that at 500 years of age, yes, 500, he had his 3 boys, Ham, Shem, and Jacob. Yes, he was a vigorous old man. By 600, the floodwaters came. After the flood, he lived to be 950. Now, none of us are going to live that this side of heaven. But to maybe give us an ideal, comparing it to our lives, let's divide it by 10. 95. That meant Noah had his kids at 50, and the ark came by the time of 60. That's a reasonable which we can compare ourselves. Okay, you're not quite retired in age, but God tells you, you're going to build a boat. A Titanic of a boat. I still got plans for my retirement. I got to watch my grandkids. No. You go. Age was not an issue for Noah. He just simply complied. Another issue is we're too busy. Noah said, look, I'm trying to provide for my family. I just, at the age of 500, had 3 boys. I got to raise them, make sure they get married, provide for this growing family, and now you want me to build a boat? I'm barely making it as it is. I'm running here too. No. He set his priorities. When God spoke, he realized that God would take care of everything else. If God was going to provide a boat for him and his family to live after the flood, God was going to provide for his family prior to the flood. Noah might have to rearrange his schedule a little bit, but he got on board and trained his family to come on board with him. Not literally just on the boat, but helping even build the boat. Ham, Shem, and Japheth didn't think Dad was crazy. They were joining in on the effort. They realized God's voice was most important. And if God said to do this, let's put everything off to the side. Like we talked about last week about being focused. When God speaks, making him the center, our focal point, and pushing everything else off to the side. This is what Noah did. So to say that we're too busy, that's because we're too busy doing things which you think are important. That's God's priorities. They're not so important. If they are important, God will provide. Noah could have also raised the excuse, you just got the wrong guy. You want Joe down the road. He knows carpentry. All I do is 10 flocks. We want to push it off because we don't want to do it. But God said, no, I'm choosing you. You're the only one in all of this creation who I have found favor. And I'm offering you and your family the way. And you want to pass it off to someone else? Because realize, Noah, if you say no, you're not getting on the boat. And that's what many times we do. When God gives us a task and we refuse, we're missing the blessing. We've got to realize that there is a blessing in it. Well, Noah could also have offered up the excuse that he really had no knowledge to start or complete the task that God was requiring of him. After all, had really Noah ever really seen a boat? What we do know from scriptures in Genesis 2, when God created the garden, all it says is that there was really no need for rain, that God watered the garden with the dew and the rivers. The next time we hear of rain is with Noah. Now, that's not to say that there wasn't rain after the fall, and Adam and Eve kicked out of the garden. We really have no idea. But this massive amount of rain, let alone how knowledgeable they were in boating, we don't know. We know they built cities, but had they learned to go on the water? And again, to such an extreme. Where was he to begin? How would he know that he was doing it correctly? No doubt that Noah had many concerns and questions. The good thing about this is God was filling him in every step of the way. He didn't just say, go make a boat and leave it there. He told him what type of wood to make it out of, the dimensions, how many levels, and I don't doubt that there were many other questions which God answered along the way. If God's going to assign you a task, He is going to provide the answers so that you can finish the task. Noah could have also just scoffed at God and said, no, I'm not going to do it because what you are asking is way beyond my scope. Even if I know how to build a boat, of this magnitude, I'm one man. Yes, I have 3 boys, and their wives now, and my wife. Okay, that makes 8 of us. How many men and women did it take to build the Titanic? But only 8 to build the ark. But we talk about the ark. I'm not sure if any of you have gone down to the ark replica in Kentucky. I haven't been there myself, but just studying at least the dimensions, very interesting. To give you an idea, for the most part, this sanctuary, from making sure my notes are correct, it's 50 by 40, so the trim 16 if you come down from this point. $50 by 40 by 16. Well, let's talk about the height of the ark. If we just go from point to that trim, 16, let's just go to the top of the windows. That's more like 15. The height of the ark was 45. Get 3 of our sanctuaries. Stack them on top. So the floor, next floor, sitting on top of those windows. 3 sanctuaries high. This could be actually considered possibly, we don't know if they're equal floors, but God did say build 3 floors on that ark. If they're all equal distance, okay. This is the height of the floor of the ark. Well, how about wide? Like I said, ours is 40. His was 75. So almost 2 wide. So far we have 3 high, 2 wide. We have 6 sanctuaries. Now the fun one. The length. 50 feet. Nope, for him, it was 400. I'm sure that was right again. Yeah, 450 feet long. 9 of our sanctuaries. Add 8 more this way. So, doing my math correctly, 3 times 2 times 9. Yeah, 54 sanctuaries. That's our ark. 8 people had to build it. Unless I got the monkeys to help them. But 54 sanctuaries. Again, we don't know how long it took. But God told Noah to do it. And he built it. We can even take this even a little further. Because not only did Noah have to build, but he also had to supply. And this was not just a simple yacht for just him and his family, as we just discussed. He was taking animals with him, and not just a few. He had to make sure there was enough provision for all the animals and his family for an undesignated period of time. It's not like just a 7-day cruise, and you, okay, so many meals, so many passengers, and you can't. Noah had no idea. He might have figured near the time the flood was coming, how many animals were coming. But for how long? How much food? How much bedding? And the necessities just for his family to live. He had to provide for all that. Then, that was all prior to the flood. But it did not stop there. Because while they were all on that boat, him and all that God's creation, he had to take care of them, feed them, clean up after them, heal them. As well to take care of his family. It was a job which Noah did not ask for. But he complied because he was a man of faith, and God counted to him his righteousness. At any point, Noah could have walked away from the project saying it was way too much for him to handle. But he did not. He saw the bigger picture. I do not doubt that he tried to encourage his fellow man to join him in the venture, but none paid heed. Yet Noah labored on. How about us? God has called us to do many different things. To build this church, to give to this church. That does not mean you have to give in every single capacity, to volunteer for every single thing, to give 100% of your paycheck. No. Listen to what God is saying. It says, give to your congregation. Give to the people in your community. But be wise about it. Because this is our art, people. We've come aboard, but we still got, the flood hasn't come yet, and we still got to invite others on. And this boat's got to last us until our flood is over, when Christ returns. We've got to do what we can to maintain it. Others have laid the foundation. What can we do to keep it going? I'm not asking Jennifer to do it all by herself. We are asking everyone to take part and realize if God is calling you to do something, He will let you know what it is. Again, we're not asking you to do everything, but to come cheerfully and willingly. In doing so, you will be blessed. God will provide for you. He will give you all the information you need to know. For there is no true, legitimate excuse to say no to God. He can, anything you try to come up with, He goes, I already got that covered. I've chosen you, now do it. The question is, are you going to try to back out of it? Or are you going to be a volunteer who says, yes, you have asked, you have commanded, and I am willing to come because you have said, child, I call upon you. I want you to do this. He will provide the way. Just follow quote 70s sitcom, come aboard. He's expecting you. God's love, though. Give. Sustain his art. Let it flow because he has called you to do so. Shall we pray? Lord, I just want to thank you for watching over us. You have given us nearly 175 years of ministry here. But yet our floodwaters have not receded, and yet we're still hoping that others will come aboard too. We long for the day when you do come, but until then, dear Lord, keep this vessel of love afloat. Show us how to wisely use the talents, the gifts, the tithes, and of ourselves to you. Help us to be cheerful and obedient givers, because you gave of yourself first to us. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen.
Amen.